get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way, if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.
Part 2, gang, y'all. Let's get it, y'all. Part 2, gang, y'all. Let's get it. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get it. Let's go. I promise you, man. Poochie on the top 10 to it. You made it. I'm sitting there like, man, I hope that young boy rock him to sleep, man. I go up the steps right by him and go to my man's cell. I look at him like, freaking idiot. I go to my man's cell. I said, yo, look. I said, bro, look. Tighten up, bro. I said, I don't know, this young boy just moved in. I said, that's the dude I told you Poochie's supposed to unalive his mom. You know what I mean? He was like, oh, word? I'm like, yeah. He was like, he grabbed his phone, he came out, he was like, he stepped out, we in the tail by his cell. Poochie like 3 cells down. Young boy come up the steps. Young boy like my size, muscular though, about a little taller than me. He come up the steps, he like, he seen Poochie, he was like, I seen him dap him up. I'm like, dap Poochie up, Poochie like, old school hug. I'm like, Poochie gave him a dap. I'm like, what? Poochie, man, what's going on with this, man? Yo, me watching my homeboy like, man, he rocking him. He gonna rock Poochie to sleep. He gonna rock Poochie to sleep, man. He was like, man, I was like, man, if he do, I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, Poochie deserve that job, man. Like, for real, if bro rock him to sleep, he got it coming, man. That's what karma do. Karma don't got no time, no expiration date on when it's gonna come. When karma's coming, it's gonna come. It ain't nothing you can do about it. And right now, karma's knocking at his front door. Karma's right there. The son of the lady that he unalive is in the block with him now, man. You know what I mean? But Poochie's so apologetic about it, forgiving about the jump to himself. He had forgave himself about what he's done. He's able to live with himself behind this situation because he know he's never gonna come home. He know he's never gonna come home, man. So he's willing to take a risk of someone unaliving him because of this situation, man. And I looked at it like this was very ballsy of him, right? I ain't even gonna lie. This was a very crazy situation that I felt like he was putting himself in, man. But nevertheless, though, he's handling his business, y'all, by hanging with this dude. So boom, dude will go up there, holler at him. They come back downstairs. When I look up, they at the table making a meal game. I promise you, they down that joint. Poochie done brought out some food. Dude got some food. They down that joint making a meal. Now, everybody in the pod, besides the dudes from their city, really know what's going on. Now, a couple of dudes from their city might not know what's going on, like a couple of younger dudes who don't really care about the older dude's business. But the one old head that got the message from the dude on the other side of the yard, he knows what's going on, and God knows who he's told. But it's not looking bad that him and this dude Malcolm is hanging together. Like, it's not looking bad, man. It's like I started seeing kind of like the dude Poochie was like he started feeling like he had a soul again by being able to be around this lady's son. I'm trying to see how his body language is because he's standing and hanging and eating meals right by the dude that unalived his mom. So like, I'm trying to read, like, this is crazy. You will see some of the craziest things in penitentiary. I promise y'all, man, like, you will see some of the weirdest scenarios, the craziest situations, and this is one of them right here. You know what I mean? Like, this is major intriguing to me, like, not in a crazy way. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't trying to be disrespectful about this, but like when me about to go home, it was like, man, like I done saw it all. Like I thought I done saw it all. Now I'm in a situation where I'm witnessing somebody that unalived somebody's mom. Now they in the whole jump together. Like usually, like when you do that, you make your enemy list of that family, last name, and that's what you're supposed to do. He didn't do that, man. He didn't care. He was in the mountains forever, man. He didn't care about none of that stuff. So like, he's dealing with it, man. Like I say, they making a meal together. They chilling. So after the first day of them chilling, I ain't even gonna lie. I pulled up on bro. I pulled up on him. After a couple of days of them chilling, I ain't said nothing to Poochie for a couple of days now. He been hanging with dude. I just been letting it be. I've been kind of waiting for something to happen. I ain't gonna lie. I felt like something was gonna happen, but nothing happened in those 2 days. So I guess Poochie felt like I ain't said nothing to him in a minute. He seen me sitting at the table with the bro, the dude that's on the red team. I'm in the car with. I was in the car with because the situation is over with now. But he see me sitting there. He pull up. He was like, "Hey, Weezy, man, what's up, man? Would you cut me off?" And he hit me on my shoulder like this. Would you cut me off? I was like, Man, stop playing with me, man. What's wrong with you, man? He was like, oh, it's like that? I'm like what? I just said, stop playing with me. He was like, man, we always use. I said, look, that's over with, man. I said, look, I don't know what's going on, but like, look, bro, I ain't got nothing to do with that Joe Poochie, man. He was like, but you cut me off? I said, I ain't cut you off. I said, I'm just falling back. I said, you know, like, you got your own bit to do, man. I said, I don't want to give nobody the wrong impression, like I got your back in this situation. I said, because I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like, if that was my mom, I said, like, me and you wouldn't be eating no meal together, respectfully, though. He was like, I dig it, I can dig it, but you know, sometimes people forgive people, Weezy. He was like, I'm already in here forever. He said, what more you want to do to me? He said he got family to go home to. But he gonna waste his time trying to unalive me? And he got a family to go home to. He don't even supposed to be in here. So what he gonna waste his time and unalive me? And next thing you know, his little time that he gotta serve, now he gonna be in here forever with me. If I survive, or if I'm gone, he gonna take my spot. So I'm listening, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense, man. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But at the end of the day, though, like, I'm just letting you know, like, that was my moment, I ain't going home. So that's just what it is. Like I'm different from him. Like, you know, maybe he got something to lose. Maybe I would have had something to lose. I was like, but at the end of the day, bro, you took my mom's out. I would have had to take you out, though, like, respectfully. And, like, I'm being serious with him about it. Like, yo, like, I would have had to take you out. Like, that's just what we'll try to take you out. He was like, I mean, I would have deserved it, Weezy, but, you know, people forgive. You know, and he always been a good kid. Like, he know I never done him no wrong. I was like, you never done him no wrong. Like, everything that Poochie was saying was fried. Like he's been in way too many Sunday services, man. He's been talking to too many CEOs. I don't know what his information is coming from. I don't know where his mind thinking is coming from, but like he's talking about like this dude's supposed to really just forgive him, man. I'm like, all right, man, that's what it is. I ain't gonna argue with you, man. If dude wanna forgive you for unaliving his moms, that's on him, y'all. So boom. It ain't nothing I can do about it, man. So I peeled off, man. I went and did something else, man, because I can't talk to Poochie too long, you know what I mean? But from the looks of things, man, it's been over a week and this guy hasn't done nothing to Poochie. So I said, yo, he's really definitely squashed his beef, man. Like he really had to squash this beef. So like for real, man, like they became kind of like cool in the joint. They became cool in the joint, man, to the point where he got this dude moved in the cell with him. This dude moved in the cell with Poochie, man. He moved in the room with Poochie, and like I couldn't understand it. Like for real, man. I didn't want to understand it, and I didn't want to be disrespectful, but I had seen a lot of crazy things. But for you to move in the room with the dude that did that to your mom, I had to add everything up real fast. And I'm like, Poochie been down forever. He moved in the room with somebody to unalive his mom, so he gotta be stupid and dumb like the rest of these dudes that will pray to the predators, man. I already scanned Poochie, but at the end of the day, I looked at the young boy from afar, I was like, it just stopped immediately. I was like, he's good. Why is he moving in the cell with Poochie, y'all? So boom. Didn't add up to me, man. Like they not shake, rattling, rolling. Like, what's the point of you moving in the cell with a dude that unalive your mom? I said, oh, it only could be one thing. Maybe he's rocking him to sleep. Now, I done seen dudes rock people to sleep for over a week. I done seen dudes rock people to sleep for over a month. Never over a month for real like that, but I have seen the rock game happen in penitentiary several times. So I'm like, that's what he got to be doing. But I'm looking at the weight difference in him and Poochie. Poochie wasn't as tall as him, but Poochie wasn't as small either. So I'm like, if Poochie got any type of strength to him, like he gonna fight back. So I'm looking at dude like, no, dude probably want to be in the cell to attack Poochie. Like that's what I started thinking. I'm like, he has to be. Like, why is he? You know what I mean? Like this. Prison have so many weird stuff going on. It throws you off sometimes. So I'm like, man, I don't know, man. So I stopped thinking about it. You know why? Because nothing never happened. Nothing never happened, man, except this. Now, probably like a month of them being in the cell together. Man. I don't know what had happened. Man, I don't know what Poochie did. All I know is they called Poochie to the office. So they called Poochie to the office before we came out the Empire Rec. So he was out there in the hallway the whole time. So we come out from the Empire Rec. You know what I mean? My homeboy talking to a dude I know is talking to Poochie Sally, the young boy, Malcolm. And he talking to him, he like, what happened to Poochie? He like, man, I don't know, man. They called him out there. They trying to say something in the office, and the counselor office came up missing. They trying to say something came up missing. So he like, what? Like, for real? Like, yeah, he said something came up missing, man. My word, man, it's my word. So we leave out for lunch. they still got Poochie sitting in he wasn't in the council office. He was in the first office, which is the unit manager office. But you can see him as we walking by, he in the office. So everybody looking, man, this is my word. He didn't come to child or nothing. We come back from child. When we come back from child, look, he's still in the joint, but this time he in there, he's crying. This man has real tears coming down. We walking past him. He's sitting in a chair like this. The window joint is right there. Everybody walking by like, this man sitting in the office, boiling tears. Tears coming down. He crying. Man, this man sick, man. It's my word. That man came back in the pod in front of everybody, man. It was like, he had to cry like this. He was like, Malcolm walked up. Malcolm was like, what's up? What's wrong with you? He was like, they think I stole something. They think I stole something. I ain't never stole from them in 2 years. I ain't steal nothing. Whole time been working for them. How would I steal something out the office, man? He was like, and they say, if I don't give it back, they gonna ship me. They gonna get rid of me. They gonna kick me off this count. And I ain't gonna be able to steal this count no more. So I'm like, I hear him boiling. I'm like, I ain't even want to say nothing. But he all loud right there. I'm just looking at him like, man, it's just crazy, man. I'm like, this is wild, man. Like, this is crazy right here, man. I was like, but he's sick because they gave him his kryptonite. His kryptonite is leaving Lawrenceville. You know what I mean? He's sick about that junk. I was like, the young boy ain't gonna let him get away with that. I was like, I bet you anything. I was telling my homeboy, I said, I bet you anything. I said, they getting ready to ship Poochie. I said, I guarantee you that young boy last shot before he dipped, y'all. So boom. Cause I'm like, there's no reason for him to be in the room with his mom's freaking accuser. Like, why is he in the room with the dude that unalive his mom? This thing makes sense to me. So I'm like, yo, he about to, you know what I mean? So Poochie's sick. Poochie's sick, man. That's my word. The people came in that joint while we having wreck. Went to their sale, went up that joint, packed his stuff up and everything. Man, they packed Poochie's stuff up and everything, man. He was sick. He was like, he couldn't believe it. He was like, I was saying, what got stolen? It was a couple of different rumors. Somebody went in a purse and stole $50. Somebody stole her keys. It was a couple of different rumors. But they packed him up because they were saying he was the only one in those offices. Want nobody out, want no Empire wreck going on. And since he was in there, that's when the stuff came up missing. So he was sick about it, man. Like, it was a couple of officers that came over there trying to talk for them. No, our unit manager and the sergeant and the COs, they weren't trying to hear it. They was not trying to hear it, man. It was like, look, he's automatically getting off this camp. He's a high risk anyway. He's one of those dudes that got an elbow game. They was like, he got to get him off this joint, man. He was sick, man. That's my word. He was sick. He was sick, man. I'm talking about they hit him with the whole joint. Like, they packed his stuff up. You know what I mean? They told him he was leaving in the morning. So the whole night, man, he can't believe it. He just walking lax, man. He like, he walking around, he like, everybody like, man, you gone, man. He was like, they can't get me on nothing else. They gonna get me like this. I told them this was the best thing that happened to me since my charge. I ain't trying to leave Lawrenceville, man. I can't leave Lawrenceville, man. I can't leave this joint, man. I'm like, this joint crazy. I'm like, but like, for real though, like, I feel his pain. Like, he ain't trying to leave. He don't do nothing. He will never do nothing to jeopardize him leaving Lawrenceville, y'all. Like, I know for a fact, I know this guy. You know what I mean? He's not gonna do nothing. So he's sick about this. Like, his whole life felt crushed. He felt like he had nothing left, man. Everybody trying to talk to him. He just looking like he lost his puppy. He looking like he was with his best friend. He got to move to another state. He had that type of look, man. He just was looking sick. So he just sitting at the table, man. And everybody like, man, man, if you stole it, just give it back. Just give it back if you stole it, man. He was like, man, I ain't steal nothing, man. I swear on everything, man. He was like, if I had some kids, I swear on it, man. I would never steal from him, man. He said, I don't know why he think I would steal his stuff, man. I was like, man, this dude's still crying. Like, man, I don't want to go back to the mountains, man. I can't go back to the mountains, man. I ain't never trying to go back to the mountains, man. I can't go back to the mountains, man. I can't go back to the mountains, man. I can't do it. They have to drag me, man. I ain't going nowhere, man. I'm looking like, you done gave him your stuff. What you mean you ain't going nowhere? You going somewhere one way or the other, buddy. So boom. And I was kind of happy he was about to believe our part. I'm like, because like after he told me everything, finally after the truth came out about what his charge was, y'all, like, I felt like, man, the old me, man, would have probably tried to do, the old me probably would have knocked his head off, man, like for the young boy. Because the young boy ain't going to do it, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Nah, I wouldn't do it for real, man. I'm joking, man. But at the end of the day, like I was happy to see that he was leaving our pod though. Like, I got tired of looking at his face. I got tired of looking at the situation that you in the cell with the son of the lady you unalived. Like, that just didn't sit right with me. It didn't, man. I didn't like how that just, I don't like how that added up, man. Like, you know what I mean? With him being gone, like, I just felt like it was a new beginning for bro. The dude Malcolm, like, he need a new beginning. I was like, you're not gonna twist Poochie head off while you in the cell. Like, you're not gonna get no get back. You know what I mean? You're not trying to hurt him or do nothing like that. I already know you. I understand. You know what I mean? Unless you're trying to super lay on him and going to get him tonight. Because in the morning, he's out of here, y'all. So boom. So I was trying to figure out his goddamn plan. You know what I mean? But it ain't no plan, man. Just get Poochie out of our pod. That's how I started feeling, man. Like, I'm like, man, for real, with this type of stuff, I was like, Poochie know a whole lot about what I used to do. Like, I was like, what if he drop a dime on me? Me and my homeboy was talking about that. Like, yo, what if Poochie drop a dime on me to stay? Like, man, he can't drop no dime on you, bro. He can't prove nothing. He was like, you know you got a job. I'm like, yeah, but Poochie ain't gonna do that, man. I was like, Poochie ain't gonna do that, man. I was like, that man's sick about leaving Lawrenceville, man. It's my word. He's sick about leaving Lawrenceville. I was like, that joke crazy, man. So the night about to be over with. The night about to be over with, man. So it was a wrap. I seen him. He went to get him some ice. He looked like he about to get transferred in his clothes he wearing. He went to get him some ice. He was about to walk back to the steps. I was standing right there. I seen him. I was like, hey, Poochie. He was like, I said, man, the mountains might not be all that bad. He was like, he ain't speak to me or nothing. He just went up the steps. I said, yeah, nigga. Had the low blowing one time, yeah, for the road. I know you like, man, Weezy a piece of garbage, but yeah, bro, you a piece of garbage, bro. Like, real talk, man. You a piece of garbage for what you did, man. Like, I just won't fill in the joint. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. So the next morning rolled around. Like, I was expecting to get up and see this guy gone. Next morning rolled around, they call us for breakfast. I get up. I see he's still here. We go to breakfast. He stopped. He talking about lieutenants, white shirts. He trying to plead his case. Nah, they ain't trying. I mean, they ain't trying to hear that. You can't plead your case. You can't plead your case, man. We ain't trying to hear that, man. He trying to talk to them. He ain't even eat. We come back. We in the jump. They don't call him yet. You know what I mean? You're like, what? We locked down. He still ain't get called. What's going on? I left super early when I went to Greensville. Like, what's going on? He was like, yo, if they sending him back to the mountains, you know, them people take a minute to get here. You know what I mean? Them people take a minute to get here. They ain't gonna get here today. They just want to already have his stuff packed. At least, you know, them joint a lot of hours. They joint like 10 hours, 12 hours. So they come down here from Tennessee almost, man. You know what I mean? It was like he going back to the mountains. So that was the word that the reason why they didn't call him early is because the people was coming all the way from the mountains to come pick him up. It won't like it was just people like, yo, we'll drive him to the mountains. No, the people from Wallace Ridge and Red Onion, they'll come down in their little van, which will take them a road trip. Then they'll pick up this guy and then take him back to Red Onion or Wallace Ridge or whatever the case. So that was the reason why everybody was saying that he was still in the pod, because they still haven't came and picked him up yet. So he was still in the pod. My word, he was still in the pod, man. And like for real though, man, I saw how sick he was, man. It's my word, man. That man was like, I ain't gonna be able to use no microwave no more. He heated up his last cup of coffee. He was like, I ain't gonna be able to use the microwave no more, man. That's how they do though. Yeah, they gotta frame me to get me off here. I'm never wanting to leave this place. I told Weezy I was gonna stay here till I'm unalive. Didn't I say that, Weezy? I'm like, didn't you say that, man? You carry your goddamn elbow having ass. I ain't say that though. I'm like, yeah, I mean, bro, where else you was gonna go, bro? You know what I mean? Like, it's the best spot. He was like, it's all good. This was the best way. This is how he was gonna get rid of me, man. This is how he was gonna get rid of me, man. So we like, yeah, he'll be all right. So he talking, we chilling. Next thing you know, he was like, he's like, yo, the police about to come in. And look, the unit manager and the sergeant, they come in. They walked in, they was like, hey, come here, man. That's where they called Poochie, come here. Poochie walked up a little bit. He was like by the steps a little bit. He was like, he was just listening. Sergeant was talking. Unit manager was just talking. Unit manager talking. He just standing there. Next thing you know, you see Poochie say, on everything. Man, this is on everything. This man jumped in the air, jumped to his knees. I'm not getting on my knees to demonstrate this. He jumped to his knees and started kissing the floor. He was like, yes, thank you, Sarge. Thank you, Sarge. Everybody looking like, this word dude walked over there. The dude Malcolm walked over there. Malcolm was like, well, they say you can stay. They say you can stay. He was like, yeah. They said I can stay there. They said they ain't gonna shit me, man. They found it, man. They found her keys. That's what it was, some keys. They found it. They found her keys, man. They gonna take me to get my property, man. That man was super duper happy, man. You hear me? That man was happy as hell. That man got down, dipped out with them. Everybody in the pub. We standing there and shot. Everybody like, you can hear a pin drop in the pub when they left. All you heard was the store slide. Everybody was just like, what just happened? I looked over at the dude Malcolm. He was on the top tier like this. He was like, sound like I heard a noise in the background. He had the mean look in his face, y'all. So boom, that man was looking crazy as a bitch. I'm like, damn, you want to look crazy? You let the man get away for so long. But I'm like, damn, like what the fuck is this sinister plan? I was like, it got to be a sinister plan. You know how? Because I saw it when I was looking at him, man. He looked like he was super upset that this man was staying in the cell with him, man. You know what I mean? That's the type of look he had on his face. Like he had a look on his face like this man ain't deserve to come back in his room. And like for real, I'm trying to put it together, like, cause I saw it, I'm like, damn, bro, look mad as a bitch. You know what I mean? But I'm like, damn, he get to stay here. So yeah, damn, he go get his property. He go get his property, man. He come back with the car, push his stuff back to his cell. You know what I mean? He gets stuff right back. He put on his little outfit. You couldn't tell him nothing. He came back out with the ID hanging off the shirt, and you couldn't tell him nothing. He came down the steps like this. He was like, he got down the steps. He was like, he walked up to the microwave. He was like, this man hugged the microwave. I was like, he was like, don't leave me, baby. Yeah, don't leave me, baby. Everybody looking at him like, then he walked around again. He was like, yes, yeah, yes, man. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. He was like, dude was like, damn, he was like, man, I ain't trying to leave Lawrenceville. Man, you tripping. Why the hell would I want to leave Lawrenceville? Shit crazy. Yeah, I'm staying with my nephew. Oh, big, and watch him go home. Yeah, Malcolm. Yeah. Malcolm was like, Malcolm was like, he was gritting on his ass the whole time, y'all. So boom. Man, it's a bitch, man. I was worried. Casino music came on in my head when he was standing on the top tier. Because I knew he was mad. Man. He couldn't hide this shit, man. That nigga was mad as fuck. But what you gonna do about it is the question, man. I'm like, yo, what the fuck, man? Like, you done let this nigga get away with it. But I stopped caring about it because I was like, once he didn't do nothing in the beginning, it was nothing. But still, I remember that look that he had when they told him he wasn't going to get transferred, man. So now he back moving regular. Now he's back in the joint, man. And he's treating Lawrenceville really like it's a gym. He's treating it like, man, like I would never take this for granted. He's moving extra careful now. And like, you can just tell he loved Lawrenceville, man. He didn't want to go to no other place. He told everybody that he wanted to be on Lawrenceville until he's unalive. That's how much that man loved Lawrenceville. So I'm like, that was his only wish he asked God for, man. He didn't ask to go home. He didn't ask for forgiveness for real, probably. He asked to get to a better place than the mountains, man. He treasured it, man. He treasured Lawrenceville, man. He had a good job. He was moving smooth. And now he's in the cell with the person that he's in there for, son, which was weird, but they're living together. There's no problem, man. It's been like a week ever since they told him he's staying. And it's nothing still's happened to this guy. Yeah, I seen a slight little twitch inside dude Malcolm, but he still ain't did no action. He still ain't came with no action, man. So like I told y'all, like, it won't that I stopped caring. It's just, I just really thought that nothing was going to happen. So I went on with my life. Man. I didn't have time to deal with what was going on, man. This man loved Lawrenceville too much. One thing I did know about Poochie is he wasn't a snitch, you know what I mean? And he didn't snitch to get off that shit. Man, he might have did that crazy stuff on the street, but he still didn't tell nobody to get off on the way he got off. Like, they really was going to ship him for a mistake probably, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they let him stay, man. The man is happy, man. The man is super duper happy. So time went on a little bit, man. And I guess for real, like, it's getting to the point now where I think the dude Malcolm kind of like, he ain't even really feeling kind of like, you know what I mean? I don't know what that happened, But the dude here let his homeboys from next door come over to the cell. So Malcolm, you know what I mean? He let them come over to the cell. So they was in the cell blowing the la-la. The whole time they was blowing the la-la, Poochie goddamn will go to early child. So he'll go eat before all of us because he be out in the hallway working and everything. So by the time we coming back, sometimes he'll be coming back by the time we get ready to go. So he let his homeboys come in the cell and mess with the la-la right after outside rec. So they gonna stay in there until 2 o'clock, until dinner time, and that's how they get back to their pod. So they all in the cell messing with the la-la because he know that Poochie don't be in the cell. So he in the jump, man, blowing the la-la. And then Poochie came back, the slider open. People damn near did this. When he walked in, dude had to catch himself. Poochie, the door open, the was like, shh. Poochie walked in, he was like, dudes was like, oh nah, there ain't nobody. Poochie was like, I read his brain. You gonna hit the damn police noise on me? I ain't the police. He walked in, he went up the steps, he was like, he get to the top, he was like, hey, CO. His roommate already opened, his roommate was like, he walked in, I can see how he walked in like this, he was like, that's all I saw, he was like, next thing you know, you just seen that shirt tucked in with the ID hanging out with his coffee cup coming down the steps. He was like, he got down that joint. He was like, he went to the hot water. He got his hot water, mixed the coffee. He was like, his roommate came down right before they called standby for child. His roommate walked down, dude Malcolm. He talking to him. He was like, hey, look, don't be having nobody in my cell, because if something come up missing, you're going to be accountable. Malcolm was like, what? He was like, if something come up missing, you're going to be accountable. Malcolm was like, man, look, ain't nobody going to steal from me, man. Especially none of my company. He was like, look, I don't have nobody in the cell. He said, because you ain't got no friends, man. That's why you don't have nobody in the cell. He was like, look, man, don't be having nobody on my cell, on my bed. It's like, man, we going on your bed, man. You know what I mean? So you could tell Malcolm Malcolm showed signs of aggressiveness, but like, he's supposed to been show signs of aggressiveness. So I'm like, this is crazy. So the whole time, his homeboy, dude was in 33 pod the whole time. So his homeboy that he messing with the la-la with, I know, bro. You know what I mean? He went from my city, but I know him. We know each other like crazy. So when I see him, I'm like, yo, I had to ask him. When we stopped, he came out for child for standby. They all right there. So I see him. I'm like, what's up, bro? Dapped him up. We talked for a minute. So he asked me like, yo, I was like, yo, bro, I'm getting short. He was like, me too. So we get to talking. I'm like, yo, bro. I was like, yo. I said, that junk crazy, man. I said, man, what's up with bro, though? I said, man, your man moving the cell with. He was like, man, he ain't really gangster though, bro. He was like, he just, like, we went to school together. He was like, he won't never in the streets, man. He was like, his people's kept him out the streets. He was like, when his mom passed, he was like, his aunt made sure he stayed out the streets, man. He was like, his aunt is a sheriff. You know what I mean? Where we from? And she worked the courtrooms, man. So he was like, he kind of like was able to move with his aunt and had a better life. So he was like, he gonna never, you know what I mean? He was like, he messed up riding around with some dudes, man. He was the driver on some stuff. He was like, he ain't gangster though, man. He was like, he ain't soft, but he ain't gangster on like that type of time. So like, he was like, I feel you though. Like, I couldn't be in the cell. He said, but like, dude, just kind of like, you know, it's for his own reasons. You know what I mean? His own reasons. So, you know what I mean? He was like, look, he was like, for real though. He was like, between us though, bro. He was like, man, he could have took him out a couple times, man. He said he told us he could have took him out. But he was like, man, he just want to get back to his family, man, to his baby mama and his daughter. You know what I mean? So I'm like, damn, that's a major dilemma right there. That's a major dilemma right there. Like, take your pick on how you want to do your rest of your life, either in the can or get back for your mom. Like, you got your own family to live for now. Like, I know that was a tough decision for bro. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that junk crazy. He was like, yeah, but I don't fuck with that old head nigga. Dude was like, I don't fuck with that nigga. You know what I mean? He was like, I just be hollering at bro, man. I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. I doubt the They went to child, you know what I mean? So go to child. We come back from child. I see Malcolm and bro didn't go. Malcolm or, you know, his women didn't go. Poochie didn't go. So they was in there talking, I guess, the whole time. So I thought it was nothing. I thought everything was straight. So I didn't know what was going on, man. All I know is, man, we in the cell. You know what I mean? We locked down for the little 6 o'clock joint. The next thing you know, you hear somebody say, and the police noise again. Police coming to the joint. I'm looking. We in the cell, so I'm on the bottom tier. I'm like, I'm dirty as hell. Like, I'm looking. They ain't coming my direction though. Poochie and them on the other side. I'm on the bottom tier up to when you come into the left side. They went straight to that side. Then they hit the steps. Dudes like, yo, they coming up the steps. They coming up the steps. My word, they hit the steps fast. Next thing you know, the back door opened up. Then they came from that way. Then more police came. Man, everything I love, man, that's my word. Everything I love. We look up. They hit they hit Poochie them door. Step out. Oh, y'all step. They like, step out. Both of y'all step out. They both of them stepped out. They was like, hold on. Sergeant came up there. He was like, hold on. Script searcher. One of y'all go back in there. Poochie went in. What I do? Why y'all always messing with me, man? Come on, man. I ain't got shit, man. The fuck? He looking at his roommate like this. Like he grit like it's his roommate fault. I ain't got shit. He looking at his roommate like, nigga, if you got something, nigga, I'm not jeopardizing Lawrenceville for you. So if you got something, you better let them know it's yours, y'all. So boom. That's basically what he was saying. Like, nigga, I ain't got shit. Looking at his roommate like, they take him in there, script search. They take his roommate in there, script search. They said, look, both of y'all go sit at the table right there. They go sit at the table and go in the jump. They had a jump for a minute. He came out, he was like, what you doing with these knives right here? He looking at Poochie. Poochie like, what? He was like, what you doing with these weapons right here? He was like, LT, those ain't mine. Sarge, that ain't mine right there. You know I'll never jeopardize Lawrenceville. That ain't mine right there. They was like, they said, yours? He like his roommate. Dude, Malcolm was like, I don't need no weapons. I ain't got no weapons, man. He was like, you ain't got no weapons. He was like, man, that's the man that unalived my mama, man. He was like, I had a problem with that man. I'd have done it a long time ago. The COs was like, he was just looking like, what? He was like, take both of them. My word, he took both of them to the beam. He was like, oh my God. That joke was crazy. Took both of them to the beam. Man, took both of them dudes to the beam, man. I promise you, man. Dude was in the beam. Malcolm was in the beam for like a whole day. They locked us down. You know what they did the next day before they brought Malcolm back? They shook our pod down. You know what I mean? They shook our pod down, man. My word, I beat them with the jock on some smooth shit because they was on some bullshit with the joint, man. You know what I mean? I hit them with the show and go. That's what you call it. Like my roommate went in script search first. You know what I mean? My roommate went in script search. I had the little pocket in my little boxer briefs. I mean, my little boxes, the little cup joint. I was like, man, I waited. You know what I mean? Waited to get searched. I gave him my stuff. He had me back my stuff. I put the phone in the joint quick. I was like, put my pants back on and walked out. They went in there and shut the cell down. They ain't find nothing, but I beat him for the job. All because of this stupid incident right here, man. I could have been right where both of them was going, man. The next day after they shut us down, they bring bro back to the cell. They bring Malcolm back to the cell, man. Malcolm come back. He was like, yo. He was like, yeah, that was unk shit. Yeah, that was unk shit, man. Like, for real, he was like, yeah. I was like, what's up with him, though? He was like, man, they shipped him last night. It's like, what? He was like, yeah. He's like, bro, they sent him to Powhatan. Then from Powhatan, he gonna go back to the mountains. I'm like, damn. But as he going up the steps, he like, I kind of seen the twinkle in his eye. He was like, he going back to the mountains. I'm saying in my head, yeah, I bet he is going back to the mountains. I was like, damn, man. Like, that shit was crazy, man. I ain't even gonna lie, that shit was crazy as a bitch, man. To the point where I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. Like, I had to ask this nigga, because he knew I used to deal with Poochie. But he seen that I fell back off Poochie and all this shit happened to him moving in the cell and all of that. So he had to know that Poochie probably told me who he was and why the situation was awkward. So I see bro one day, man, you know, he doing his bid. He ain't one of those wild dudes. He work out. And it was just the right time, right moment, man. You know what I mean? He was working out in the pod. Everybody's damn near outside. I stayed in. I went out to 31 pod. I went out to 43 pod, hollered at my man, came back in. I'm sitting at the table watching the sports center. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? He doing push-ups right there. He got the headphones on. I seen him, I'm like, I said, yo, where you think Poochie went at? He was like, where you said, I said, where you think Poochie went at? He was like, oh, he had red onion. I was like, for real, man? I was like, hey, look. I hopped off. I was like, hey, bro, look. I was like, that was you too on that shit, on it. He was like, nah, Weezy, nah. I was like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I was like, bro, once he told me what he did, bro, I fell back off that nigga. He was like, I ain't no killer, Weezy, man. He said, man, I had to get that nigga some type of way, man. He had it coming. I was like, he damn sure did, bro. That's my nigga had it coming. I don't condone what you did or how you did. And I ain't gonna tell nobody, bro. I ain't gonna tell nobody, bro. I was like, man, but I was like, he definitely had it coming, though. I was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, he had it coming. He was like, yeah, man, like, I just thought if I go at him with he was like, those are my joints. He said, I thought if I go at him the whole time with them joints. He said, man, my dumb ass might fumble, I'm clumsy. That man might get that shit, he ain't never going home. That man might try to unalive me. So he said, I had to get him another way. I knew that motherfucker loved Lawrenceville. That's the only thing he cared about. So that's how I got his ass, Weezy, man. I hope that motherfucker rot and piss up there. I was like, shh, god damn, my nigga. I said, bro, you ain't gotta worry about me saying shit. I said, but he definitely had it coming, man. He was like, damn right. I was like, all right, man, let bro do him. Probably like a month later, bro went to the hole from rumbling a red team member, man. You know what I mean? A little bit after that, I get transferred to Greensville, man. So that joint was crazy, man. But like, just how that whole thing played out, it was nuts, man. I know bro back in the mountains sick because once you mess up, you got to do it. You're not making it back to Lowland. He's never coming back to Lawrenceville for doing this, man. So he's hit. He's hit forever, man. So like, young nigga got his get back, man. The man underlined his mama. He deserved that, right? Kind of like that joint was crazy, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. But like I say, he's in the mountains, man. Probably sick about this whole situation, man. He's probably sick about the whole thing, y'all. But that was a crazy situation. But that's the end of the damn story, though. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Y'all know the count, man. Stay y'all ass out the way for you can live out here with your family forever. Period. But y'all already know what it is, man. This was the weekend banger game. So what I need y'all to do with this one? Like, subscribe, y'all. Let's get it. Let's go. But y'all be safe and stay your ass on the way.
Get your money, don't care who judge. Stay out the way, surround yourself with nothing but love. Stay out the way if you a gangster, killer or thug. Stay out the way, put your faith in the man above. Stay out the way, chill with your family, siblings and blood. Stay out the way, kick it with your girl, forget hit in the club. Stay out the way, mind on your money, ain't no switching it up. Stay out the way, stand out the way, what you thought that it was. Stay out the way. If you stuck down on your luck, not feeling righteous, did a petty crime, just looking for some excitement. Now your name on affidavits and court indictments, get paid for a lot, but your freedom is priceless. You did the crime, you do the time, don't let it surprise you. Real stories from the heart, just to open your eyes up.